What if some of California's most desirable suburbs are quietly becoming the state's biggest housing bargains? Picture this. Tree-lined streets where homes that once sparked fierce bidding wars now sit on the market longer, creating opportunities buyers never expected. While California remains one of America's most expensive states, several suburbs are seeing home prices cool as higher mortgage rates, shifting migration, and changing buyer demand reshape the market. But does a falling price mean a community is losing its appeal? Or could it be the perfect time to buy? Stay with us as we count down 10 California suburbs where home prices are falling the fastest in 2026. Number 10. Vacaville, Solano County. Picture this. The sun rises over gently rolling hills as quiet neighborhoods come alive with morning joggers, families walking their dogs, and the aroma of fresh coffee drifting from cozy local cafes. Imagine driving along tree-lined streets where well-kept homes, community parks, and open green spaces create a peaceful atmosphere, far removed from the rush of California's largest cities. Here's what I love about Vacaville. It offers the perfect balance between small-town charm and modern convenience. Yet, in 2026, this growing Northern California suburb has also experienced a noticeable cooling in its housing market. Located in Solano County, Vacaville is home to approximately 103,000 residents. Founded in the 1850s and named after Juan Manuel Vaca, one of the area's original Mexican land grant recipients, the city grew into an important stop between Sacramento and the San Francisco Bay Area. One fascinating historical fact is that Vacaville's location along early transportation routes helped it develop into a thriving agricultural and trading community long before today's interstate highways connected Northern California. Today, the local economy is supported by healthcare, biotechnology, advanced manufacturing, retail, logistics, and government services. Its central location also makes it a popular home for commuters traveling to Sacramento, Fairfield, and parts of the Bay Area. After the rapid home price growth of recent years, higher mortgage rates and softer buyer demand have slowed the market. Zillow and other major real estate platforms have reported longer listing times, increased inventory, and more frequent price reductions compared with the market's peak, creating greater opportunities for buyers. Life in Vacaville revolves around outdoor recreation, local farmers markets, Lagoon Valley Park, and the popular Vacaville Premium Outlets, while annual community festivals continue to bring residents together throughout the year. However, one realistic downside is that many residents still face lengthy commutes, especially when traveling toward the Bay Area during peak traffic hours. Even as prices adjust, Vacaville continues to attract buyers looking for more space and a quieter lifestyle without leaving Northern California behind. And that concludes our countdown of 10 California communities where the housing market has shifted the most in 2026, proving that even in the Golden State, real estate is constantly evolving. Number 9. Sacramento, Sacramento County. Picture this. Golden sunlight reflects off the Sacramento River as cyclists cruise along tree-lined paths and historic buildings glow in the warmth of a California morning. Imagine sipping coffee beneath towering elm trees while the sounds of a bustling farmer's market fill the air. Here's what I love about Sacramento. It combines the charm of a historic city with the comfort of suburban neighborhoods, creating a lifestyle that feels both relaxed and connected. But in 2026, this growing capital has also found itself among the California markets experiencing a noticeable housing slowdown. Located in Sacramento County, Sacramento is home to approximately 530,000 residents. Founded in 1848 during the California Gold Rush, the city quickly became a vital trading and transportation hub for fortune seekers heading into the Sierra Nevada. One fascinating historical fact is that Sacramento became California's permanent state capital in 1854, and the magnificent Capitol building still stands as one of the city's defining landmarks. Today, Sacramento's economy is anchored by state government, healthcare, education, technology, agriculture, and logistics. Its relatively lower home prices compared with the Bay Area attracted thousands of buyers during the pandemic, pushing values sharply higher. However, Rising mortgage rates, affordability pressures, and slower migration have cooled demand. Zillow and other real estate market reports have shown more homes staying on the market longer and sellers making larger price adjustments than during the market's peak, creating better opportunities for buyers than in recent years. Life in Sacramento offers vibrant riverfront parks, the historic charm of Old Sacramento, award-winning farm-to-fork restaurants, and year-round festivals celebrating the region's agricultural heritage. Residents also enjoy convenient weekend trips to Lake Tahoe, Napa Valley, and San Francisco. However, one realistic downside is the region's hot, dry summers, when temperatures frequently climb above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, making outdoor activities less enjoyable during the hottest months. Even with the recent market correction, Sacramento continues to attract families, retirees, and remote workers searching for more space and value in Northern California. But one final location remains on our countdown, and its housing story may be the most surprising of them all. Number 8. Carlsbad, San Diego County. Picture this. The sound of gentle Pacific waves greets the morning as surfers paddle into the ocean and locals enjoy coffee on sunny patios overlooking palm-lined streets. Imagine colorful flower gardens, coastal bluffs, and charming neighborhoods where nearly every evening ends with a breathtaking sunset over the water. Here's what I love about Carlsbad. It captures the classic Southern California lifestyle that millions dream about. Yet in 2026, even this sought-after coastal suburb has seen its housing market lose some of the momentum that defined the past few years. Located in San Diego County, Carlsbad is home to approximately 115,000 residents. The city's history dates back to the late 1800s, when its mineral-rich wells were compared to the famous spa waters of Carlsbad, now Karlovy Vary in the Czech Republic, inspiring the community's name. One fascinating historical fact is that Carlsbad first gained national attention as a health resort before eventually becoming one of Southern California's premier coastal communities. Today, Carlsbad's economy is fueled by biotechnology, medical device manufacturing, tourism, hospitality, technology, and professional services. Major employers and its proximity to San Diego continue to attract highly skilled workers. However, after years of rapidly rising home values, higher mortgage rates and affordability concerns have slowed buyer activity. Zillow and other real estate market reports have shown longer listing times, more frequent price reductions, and increased inventory compared with the peak of the market, giving buyers more negotiating power than they had just a few years ago. Life in Carlsbad revolves around beautiful beaches, scenic coastal trails, world-class golf courses, and family attractions like Legoland California Resort. Residents also enjoy the famous Carlsbad flower fields, which burst into brilliant color each spring and have become a beloved local tradition. However, one realistic downside is that despite recent price adjustments, housing remains expensive, and coastal insurance and living costs continue to challenge many homeowners. Even so, Carlsbad remains one of California's most desirable places to live, and its housing correction has caught the attention of buyers looking for coastal opportunities. But the next city on our countdown reveals an even more surprising shift in the Golden State's evolving real estate market. Number 7. San Jose, Santa Clara County. Picture this. The morning sun shines over palm-lined streets as commuters stop at neighborhood cafes before heading toward the heart of Silicon Valley. Imagine historic neighborhoods blending seamlessly with modern innovation, where century-old homes stand just minutes from world-renowned technology campuses. Here's what I love about San Jose. It offers the energy of a major city while still providing quiet suburban communities where families have put down roots for generations. Yet in 2026, even the capital of Silicon Valley has experienced a noticeable slowdown in its once red-hot housing market. Located in Santa Clara County, San Jose is home to approximately 970,000 residents, making it the third-largest city in California. Founded in 1777 as El Pueblo de San Jose de Guadalupe, it holds the distinction of being California's first civilian settlement, decades before the gold rush transformed the state. One fascinating historical fact is that San Jose briefly served as California's first state capital after statehood was granted in 1850. Today, the local economy is driven by technology, software, semiconductor manufacturing, healthcare, education, and professional services. Home to thousands of engineers, entrepreneurs, and global businesses, San Jose has long been one of America's most competitive housing markets. However, after years of record-breaking appreciation, rising mortgage rates, affordability concerns, and shifting remote work trends have softened buyer demand. Zillow and other major real estate platforms have reported longer listing times, more price reductions, and increased inventory compared with the market's peak, giving buyers greater leverage than they have seen in years. Life in San Jose offers an incredible mix of museums, farmers markets, hiking trails, cultural festivals, and diverse restaurants representing cuisines from around the world. Residents also enjoy easy access to the Santa Cruz Mountains and the Pacific Coast for weekend adventures. However, one realistic downside is that despite recent price declines, the overall cost of living remains exceptionally high, and everyday expenses continue to rank among the highest in the nation. Even with those challenges, San Jose remains one of California's most influential housing markets, and its correction is reshaping opportunities for buyers. But the next location on our countdown proves that even coastal communities haven't escaped the state's changing real estate story. Number 6. Roseville, Placer County. Picture this. The first light of day reflects off peaceful lakes as joggers make their way through beautifully landscaped parks, and families gather at neighborhood cafes before the city comes to life. Imagine quiet suburban streets lined with well-kept homes, where the pace feels slower than California's major metropolitan areas, yet every modern convenience is just minutes away. Here's what I love about Roseville. It has earned a reputation as one of Northern California's most family-friendly communities. But in 2026, even this fast-growing suburb has begun to experience a noticeable housing market correction. Located in Placer County, Roseville is home to approximately 160,000 residents. The city traces its roots back to the 1860s, when it emerged as a major railroad junction after the Central Pacific Railroad established maintenance facilities there. One unique historical fact is that Roseville became one of the most important railroad hubs in Northern California, playing a vital role in transporting goods and passengers across the western United States for decades. Today, Roseville's economy is supported by healthcare, retail, technology, construction, and professional services. Major shopping destinations, business parks, and its proximity to Sacramento continue to attract both employers and new residents. After the rapid home price growth seen during the pandemic years, higher mortgage rates and changing buyer demand have cooled the market. Zillow and other real estate reports have shown homes spending more time on the market, along with increased price reductions as sellers adjust to a more balanced environment. Life in Roseville offers excellent parks, golf courses, shopping centers like the Westfield Galleria, and year-round community events that give the city a welcoming suburban atmosphere. Residents also enjoy easy access to both Lake Tahoe and the Sierra Nevada for weekend getaways. However, one realistic downside is that the city's rapid population growth has contributed to heavier traffic and ongoing suburban expansion, changing the quieter character many longtime residents once knew. Even so, Roseville remains one of Northern California's most attractive places to settle, and its shifting housing market has opened new opportunities for buyers. But the next suburb on our countdown reveals an even more unexpected story behind California's changing real estate landscape. Number 5. Fremont, Alameda County. Picture this. The day begins with sunlight stretching across quiet neighborhoods where tree-lined streets, beautifully maintained parks, and modern homes create a calm suburban atmosphere. Imagine families heading to nearby trails, professionals grabbing coffee before work, and the distant East Bay Hills providing a peaceful backdrop to everyday life. Here's what I love about Fremont. It offers the convenience of Silicon Valley while maintaining the relaxed feel of a close-knit community. But in 2026, even this highly desirable suburb has experienced a noticeable shift in its housing market. Located in Alameda County, Fremont is home to approximately 230,000 residents, making it one of the largest suburbs in the Bay Area. The city was officially incorporated in 1956 by combining 5 smaller communities: Centerville, Niles, Irvington, Mission San Jose, and Warm Springs. One fascinating historical fact is that the Niles district served as one of the earliest filmmaking centers in California, where silent film legend Charlie Chaplin produced several movies before Hollywood became the heart of the American film industry. Today, Fremont's economy is powered by technology, advanced manufacturing, healthcare, biotechnology, and education. Many residents work for major Silicon Valley companies while enjoying a quieter suburban lifestyle. After years of rapid home price appreciation, higher mortgage rates and reduced buyer demand have slowed the market. Zillow and other real estate platforms have reported longer listing periods, increased inventory, and more frequent price reductions compared to the market's peak, giving buyers greater negotiating leverage. Life in Fremont offers scenic hiking trails at Mission Peak Regional Preserve, diverse restaurants, excellent public schools, and vibrant cultural festivals that reflect the city's multicultural population. The community is especially popular with families seeking safety and strong educational opportunities. However, one realistic downside is that despite recent price corrections, home prices remain among the highest in the region, and daily traffic can still be challenging for commuters. Even with these obstacles, Fremont continues to be one of the Bay Area's most desirable places to live. And if you think its housing slowdown is significant, the next suburb on our countdown has seen an even more remarkable change in California's evolving real estate market. Number 4. Walnut Creek, Contra Costa County. Picture this. The morning begins with the scent of fresh pastries drifting from sidewalk cafes as shoppers wander through elegant downtown streets shaded by mature oak trees. Imagine walking along beautifully landscaped parks where families gather, retirees enjoy peaceful strolls, and the surrounding East Bay Hills glow in the warm California sunshine. Here's what I love about Walnut Creek. It effortlessly blends suburban comfort with an upscale lifestyle, making it one of the Bay Area's most desirable places to live. Yet even this sought-after community has seen its housing market cool in 2026. Located in Contra Costa County, Walnut Creek is home to approximately 71,000 residents. Originally established as a small agricultural settlement in the 1800s, the city transformed into a thriving suburban destination after the expansion of the Bay Area's transportation network. One unique historical fact is that Walnut Creek's downtown evolved from a quiet farming crossroads into one of Northern California's premier shopping and business districts during the post-World War II suburban boom. Today, the local economy is supported by healthcare, finance, retail, professional services, and corporate offices, while many residents also commute to San Francisco and Oakland via the BART system. After years of strong appreciation, higher mortgage rates and changing buyer demand have slowed the housing market. Zillow and other real estate reports have shown more homes staying on the market longer, along with increased price reductions from sellers eager to attract buyers in a more competitive environment. Life in Walnut Creek offers excellent restaurants, boutique shopping, performing arts, hiking trails on nearby Mount Diablo, and popular community events that bring neighbors together throughout the year. However, one realistic downside is that despite recent price declines, the overall cost of living remains among the highest in Northern California, making affordability a challenge for many households. Even so, Walnut Creek continues to attract buyers seeking a high quality of life, and its market correction has created opportunities that seemed unlikely just a few years ago. But the next suburb on our countdown reveals an even more surprising shift in California's changing real estate landscape. Number 3. Santa Rosa, Sonoma County. Picture this. The morning sun spills across rolling vineyards as cool coastal air drifts through quiet neighborhoods filled with towering redwoods and charming craftsman homes. Imagine sipping coffee at a local cafe while cyclists pass by on tree-lined streets, with the hills of Sonoma County creating a postcard-worthy backdrop. Here's what I love about Santa Rosa. It offers the beauty of California wine country without sacrificing the conveniences of a thriving city. Yet in 2026, this desirable community has also experienced a noticeable cooling in its housing market. Located in Sonoma County, Santa Rosa is home to approximately 180,000 residents, making it the largest city in the county. Founded in the mid-19th century and incorporated in 1868, Santa Rosa has long served as the commercial and cultural heart of California's renowned wine region. One fascinating historical fact is that it was the hometown of legendary cartoonist Charles M. Schulz, creator of Peanuts, whose legacy lives on through the Charles M. Schulz Museum and Ice Arena. Today, the local economy is driven by healthcare, wine production, tourism, education, agriculture, and professional services. After years of rapid appreciation, the housing market has shifted as elevated mortgage rates and affordability concerns have slowed buyer demand. Zillow and other major real estate platforms have reported more price reductions, increased inventory, and longer listing times compared with the market's peak, giving buyers greater negotiating power than they enjoyed just a few years ago. Life in Santa Rosa is filled with weekend wine tastings, farmers markets, hiking in nearby state parks, and community events that celebrate the region's agricultural heritage. The city's relaxed lifestyle continues to attract retirees, families, and outdoor enthusiasts alike. However, one realistic downside is the ongoing risk of wildfires in parts of Sonoma County, which can affect insurance costs and long-term homeownership expenses. Even with these challenges, Santa Rosa remains one of Northern California's most desirable places to live, and its housing correction has caught the attention of buyers looking for new opportunities. But the next city on our countdown has experienced an even more dramatic shift in California's changing real estate market. Number 2. Oakland, Alameda County. Picture this. The sun rises over the hills as sailboats glide across the bay. Neighborhood cafes buzz with early conversations, and streets lined with colorful murals reflect a city rich in creativity and resilience. Imagine taking a morning walk beneath towering oak trees before watching the San Francisco skyline shimmer across the water. Here's what I love about Oakland. It has always balanced urban energy with a strong sense of community, making it one of the Bay Area's most distinctive places to call home. Yet in 2026, it's also one of the markets where home values have cooled significantly from their pandemic-era highs. Located in Alameda County, Oakland is home to approximately 440,000 residents. Incorporated in 1852, the city grew rapidly alongside the railroad and later became one of the West Coast's busiest port cities. One fascinating historical fact is that Oakland served as the western terminus of the first transcontinental railroad, helping connect California with the rest of the United States and fueling its economic growth. Today, Oakland's economy is supported by the Port of Oakland, healthcare, education, government services, logistics, and a growing technology sector. After years of soaring home prices, higher interest rates, affordability challenges, and shifting buyer demand have led to noticeable price adjustments in many neighborhoods. Zillow and other real estate market reports have shown increased inventory and longer selling times compared with the peak of the market, giving buyers more room to negotiate than they had just a few years ago. Life in Oakland offers plenty to experience, from exploring Lake Merritt and Jack London Square to enjoying diverse restaurants, farmers markets, and year-round cultural festivals that celebrate the city's multicultural heritage. However, one realistic downside is that some neighborhoods continue to face higher crime rates than others, making location research especially important for prospective buyers. As home prices continue to adjust, Oakland is becoming a market many buyers are watching closely. But the next community on our countdown tells an even more surprising story about California's changing real estate landscape. Number 1. San Francisco County. Picture this. A cool Pacific breeze rolls through colorful Victorian neighborhoods as cable cars climb steep streets, and the morning fog slowly gives way to breathtaking views of the bay. Sidewalk cafes begin to fill with locals, historic architecture stands beside sleek modern buildings, and every corner seems to tell a different story. Here's what I love about San Francisco. It remains one of America's most iconic cities, yet in 2026, it's also at the center of one of California's most talked about housing corrections. Located in San Francisco County, the city is home to approximately 810,000 residents. Founded during the Spanish colonial era and transformed almost overnight by the 1849 California Gold Rush, San Francisco became one of the most influential cities in the American West. One remarkable historical fact is that after the devastating 1906 earthquake and fire, much of the city was rebuilt, creating many of the neighborhoods people recognize today. San Francisco's economy is powered by technology, finance, healthcare, tourism, education, and venture capital. Yet despite its economic strength, the local housing market has shifted noticeably. Following years of record-breaking home prices, higher mortgage rates, changing work patterns, and softer buyer demand have led to meaningful price declines from peak levels in several neighborhoods. Zillow and other major real estate trackers have shown longer listing times and increased price reductions, giving buyers more negotiating power than they had just a few years ago. Imagine spending your weekends exploring the Golden Gate Park, walking along Fisherman's Wharf, browsing bookstores in North Beach, or enjoying local festivals that celebrate the city's incredible cultural diversity. Of course, living here isn't without challenges. The biggest downside remains the exceptionally high overall cost of living, even as home prices have softened. Still, San Francisco proves that even America's most famous housing markets aren't immune to change. And if you think this correction is surprising, the suburbs that follow reveal even more fascinating stories about California's evolving real estate landscape.